I'm surfing. Okay.
Oh, I should have played Surfing Bird.
Do we still have that on here?
Oh, I have Surfing Bird.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody knows. Hello, welcome in, everybody. It's another crazy Saturday night from the Hacienda house.
The Explorer home.
Yeah.
She's
So
hiding.
she's hiding. She's having dinner. She's right there.
I'm eating
So,
a sandwich.
You are eating a sandwich. Thank you, Roni. I appreciate that. We're working on it. This is going to be a work in process over here on the channel, especially as we develop the shows and we do what we're doing over here. It'd be a little bit different feel from What's Up, Disney Joe? From Florida Park Explorers. You're going to notice a lot of differences. We're going to be doing a lot of different things over here. But it'll be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans.
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 Thanks, Trish.
Shenana once.
So
And we're going to shenana again.
yes, we will shenan once, we'll shenan again. But of course, we're also gonna take the travel part of this very seriously because at the end of the day, we don't want there to be any mishaps, mistakes, things like that. But nice ears.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Part of the MMA collection.
So before we get going tonight, I posted on Instagram last night about 1:00 in the morning that in 23 minutes, this community came together yesterday on Florida Park Explorers, did something absolutely amazing. It wasn't
Crazy.
I was simply yesterday trying to rectify or fix a screw up I posted on Instagram earlier yesterday. But the community responded in such a way it was incredible. So let me go ahead and tell you right off the bat, new gimbal's already arrived. The new gimbal is here.
Its mods will be here.
You guys, yeah, all the custom parts that we have to finish building it will be here tomorrow. But the gimbal itself, we could go right now and go hit the park.
Especially the Star Wars area.
Yeah, doesn't it look like it's Star Wars? It looks like, I think we're going to name this gimbal the Empire Strikes Gimbal.
The Gimbal Strikes Back?
The Gimbal Strikes Back works too.
Gimbal Strikes Back.
So we were able to do that because of you guys. You guys solved this problem in 23 minutes. Once I ordered it and I ordered all the custom parts that go along with it, there was still the ability to pay for the remaining balance of the it does look like a stormtrooper.
Yes.
It was the remainder of Mickey and Minnie's Not So Scary. So
Mickey's Not So Scary.
Mickey and Minnie's. It's both of them. Don't you dare take away Minnie.
No, Minnie has her fireworks.
Minnie,
party.
no. I want it to be Mickey and Minnie's. You're fine.
Excuse me, but I thought those were MMA ears.
There. So you've got those on in honor of that as well. So again, you guys, Jen's lightsaber. You guys literally did this in no time. And it's incredible how much support comes from this community to us, to everybody, the way you guys interact with one another. So I wanted to say right off the bat, we're incredibly humbled and thank you.
Most impressive, since we're going with the Star Wars theme.
Don't make me force throw you. So, it's one of those things where you guys literally, we weren't sure what we were going to do. I mean, it's the gimbal we just bought. So, it was a really.
And I realized when I went to calibrate it with like the phone that shouldn't need any adjusting, I needed to put a weight on. Like, this isn't.
Well, the motor's going, but that's okay because we have new gimbal.
This isn't good.
And that's the point is you guys did something absolutely incredible. The Force, that's funny. It probably should be called the Force, Jill. The Force is with her.
Yeah.
So, on another note, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
On another note, to go in a less serious direction, we had an award, and it came in the mail today. Now, I'm sure. What do you mean? I don't know what I'm talking about. I got an award. I got an award. Disney sent it directly to us. Now, you guys obviously know Club 33.
20.
Well, no.
Hey.
Club 33 is a very exclusive thing, which I'll never see the inside of, which I'm okay with. But then there's a secret society. I didn't know about this. Maybe some of you did. But there was a secret society of Disney people, and they gave us an award. And apparently, there's this thing, and it's called D23. And they sent us this package.
Oh,
And I'm just going to tell you, this is kind of an impressive thing. It's got its own box. Look at this. Its own box. This Mickey 100 matches my hat. So D23, the secret society.
oh my gosh.
The secret society of Disney people. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
They sent us an award. Look at this. They sent us an award. Apparently, I'm the best YouTuber on earth.
No.
It says the official Disney fan club. So they sent this to me. They're such a fan of ours. They sent us an award.
No. I paid for that. Just like I paid for this. It came with the membership. The D23 magazine.
You mean anyone could get this?
Pretty much.
I thought they gave me an award for being the best. Like it says.
You're the best at spending money with Disney.
They said, but
that's what that award.
But it
is
says
for.
the official Disney fan club. So doesn't that mean that they're a fan of mine? Isn't that what that means?
No.
Anyway, everybody, D23 is out and about, and look at Mickey in his shining glory. Isn't he cool?
Literally.
That thing's awesome. When this showed up today,
So and the first thing I open, and what do I see? Like literally open it.
the Wish stuck in port.
No, shimmering seas. Yes, it was the Wish.
So yeah. So nonetheless, D23 stuff. If you're a D23 person, it's obviously it's out. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. I told you, shenanigans would be afoot, and a foot may be a hand. You never know.
I have to tell you that when we signed up, that was the sell point for Dave.
It was actually.
He wanted that first desk.
Yes.
And I was like, that's fine. So I forget when we signed up, and I said, it's going to take a little bit because they're sending them out a little later. And he was just I had to send an email. He actually sat and watched me send an email to make sure we were getting our sash.
I want it. Because every time I go into Springs, I see it, and I'm like, well, I want mine.
Oh, every time I go into like a lot of the stores.
Oh, come on. They could just reach in and
it.
they could have just taken it out
Can
of the
I have
box.
that? Here's my member ID.
But that was a cool way for them to present it, to the D23 members. So when your box comes, you know it's coming, dude. It's just super cool. And I was like, this would be really funny to kind of have a little bit of some humor with everything tonight. So tonight we're going to be doing it's a major word. Fragile must be
fragile. That's what
it is. Fragile.
I said to Belly, that's
Yes.
a major award.
It's a major word. It's fragile. I'm Italian, so it must be Italian. So tonight we're going to be talking about some of the FPE stuff, with the meetups, some of the travel things that are going on. Many of you, just so the folks who have actually sent in inquiries, and I've talked with a good portion of you, anybody for 2024, I can't even look at the reservation. I have no idea. I can't price it until May 31st.
Yeah.
So if we talked about 2024 dates, I'll be sending out emails tomorrow just so that we can confirm this, because I'm not sure if everybody's in here right now. But basically, the long and the short of it is be able to get that done. So anyway, but we're going to bring in Jordan in just a second, and we're going to talk about some of the cruising things that are going on and some of the other stuff that we're going to be doing FPE meetup wise.
So Florida Park Explorers this week, just so we know, I'll do a little promo. We're going to tomorrow. We're all going to see Casting Crowns. I don't know if we're probably going to stream like at least one of the shows.
I would say
your
so.
Plan. Yes. So we're going to be streaming that Monday. I'm going to do the park hop from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be doing a test in Vineland, like in the afternoon. So
I got to take a test.
You got to take a test. I figured you should come with me when I go to Vineland.
Well, after the last go round, I think I'm going
yes.
anyway.
And especially because we're going to Vineland, so that'll be good. So that's our schedule. And then Thursday, I know right now we're going to be doing the pirate show dinner. The pirate show dinner. We have a confirmation for that. So we're super duper excited to share something a little
what would we expect from a pirate dinner? Since we're travel agents, maybe we should tell everybody a little bit about what that means.
So there's other things to do in Orlando besides go to Disney and Universal. and SeaWorld.
What?
They have a lot of dinner shows. When
What?
the
That's not right.
it's called Pirates. I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's Pirates Dinner of Florida. It's Pirates Florida. PiratesDinnerFL.com.
Do I get to eat in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Well, it's like you're on the ship, I believe, the way everything looks.
Oh.
So you're kind of immersed in the whole thing. There's different sections. I guess it's like medieval times without the horses and knights. They bring in pirates instead. So you're like part of the show. So we're going to be bringing that to you live. I think on both channels is Dave's plan.
We're going to be streaming on both channels, so that this way we can tell both channels about the other channel.
Yes.
Go figure that one.
But yeah, so that's there, and we're being hosted. So we'll.
I bring my own redhead. AAU.
So there you go.
I bring my own redhead.
So I guess we get another wear out of the Pirates of the Caribbean shirt together. I guess we should wear those.
I don't think they're going to think it's good that we're wearing Disney merch.
No. I'm not getting a Pirates outfit. Just okay, my Disney Pirates outfit.
I don't know. I might be able to pull something off. So.
I know you can because there is a pair of pants.
Yes. Yes. So to answer your question, Jill, yeah, I'll probably not move from Casting Crowns, and Jen's probably going to take you guys through the World Showcase area. So
if you want treats from Germany tomorrow to start your week off,
treat yourself. You better treat yourself. Treat yourself. Got to treat.
And
treat
then
yourself.
I'm guessing we're going to work in M80s either like maybe like Wednesday night.
They allow fireworks in the parks?
What? Yes, they do. They set them off.
I didn't think they'd let me set them off. So I guess we're doing M80s this week as well. So tons of great stuff coming up on both channels. This channel is also going.
Maybe like.
This channel is going to be going into the park at some point because we got to do that as well. We're going to be explaining the DAS Pass on this channel as well. We're going to be doing like everybody does tips and tricks about like what to do with when you're traveling. I think it'd be funny to do some of them that are not so serious, and it's deliberately done that way. So you may see a how to travel and then what not to do when you're traveling. And then the what not to do is probably will be a little ridiculous. So especially since we're going on the Magic in like 3 weeks, I'm definitely shooting things of what not to do as a cruiser. And I have no idea what they are. I'm sure that it will be very easy to find. But anyway, with that in mind, Disney fishing trip when we come in November. That sounds like a plan. That's easy to do, Rob. So without further ado, what?
I scratched the top. I was
a boo-boo. A woo-boo? Oh, a Prince Ababwa.
Yes.
Let us bring in. Is Belly okay? Prince Aboo-boo. Let us bring in our fellow traveler. Is that what he is?
Yeah, and friend.
Fellow traveler, friend, confidant, mod, and FPE member, as well as the host of Jordan's Disney Adventures. If you are not subscribed to this, man, why not? He saved a vacation. He is a superhero. And with that, let's bring in Jordan.
You have to be on there.
I have to hit the right button. And I have to hit the right thing so that Jordan can be seen.
OMG.
Hey, look, I'm not used to talking and having to produce a show. I normally only have to walk and talk and chew
Jordan.
gum. Hold on a second. Ladies and gentlemen, ask Jordan. What's up, brother? Welcome in.
What's going on? Hey, everybody.
So
I'm just going to rub it in right now to everybody. I'm currently elevated at Castaway right now in the Bahamas, Disney's private island.
Are you in the watchtower that overlooks everything?
Well, yeah, someone has to keep an eye on you, Dave.
He's on a drone.
That's actually a good point. I do need to be watched and made sure I do nothing wrong. However, I'm all alone on the Magic, and I'm going to get in all kinds of trouble and record it.
So the headlines
Oh,
from Disney Cruise Line will say Dave has been arrested by the Disney police.
No. See, I didn't let Bella tackle Mickey, and I won't do things like that. But I will.
I think we should have. It would have been really
Would have
cool.
been fantastic. That Mickey was tiny. She would have taken him down.
I was like, what? Like, yeah.
You have to admit
That would have been
Bella
over
taken-
the railing.
right?
Oh,
Like Bella
Yeah.
would have taken that Mickey out like it was nothing. So anyway, so
Oh, it's so
did
bad.
you have a good cruising week? I understand something happened in cruise news that you got before everybody else.
Yeah, so I got some updates on the Disney Treasure. So as it stands right now, its projected sale date is going to be fall of next year. However, I just got this information today that they're aiming for Q3, which would be the summer of next year if all goes well. Which would
So
be
you're
fantastic.
saying it may actually come out like end of August, beginning of September.
Somewhere around there, yeah. Yeah, so what they're saying right now is Q3. But they still have the Q4 in there, but it is showing Q3 as a possibility where it could come out. So that'll be fantastic for our Disney Treasure meetup at sea.
We got to come up with another treasure word. We have treasure chest, treasure box, treasure ship, treasure cruise. Anyway, it's fun. That's why they're boats. They move. They go around storms. No big deal. Plus, it's going to be doing a particular itinerary, I heard.
Yeah, it's actually going to be from what I've read here, it's going to be taking over the Disney Fantasy's itinerary, which will be the West and the East Caribbean.
So
7-nighter.
So it's a 7-nighter. That'll be an FPE meetup at sea, 7-nighter, the old fantasy route. And I think we should take the Eastern Caribbean, don't you?
Yeah, I've done it before and it was fantastic. So, and on that one, we actually got to Castaway. So even better.
Well, this one probably will include a different island, maybe potentially, or maybe both. What about that other island, Jordan?
Yeah, it's a possibility where we could go to Lighthouse Point. That would be amazing because the island itself will be designed for the larger ships as well. So that'd be fantastic. If it can do Castaway as well too, that'd be perfect. But we'll have to see what happens. That's Disney's mystery.
You know that they're going to have to do something where there's a two. Like I would love to see them change the Wish itinerary from Nassau to Castaway Lighthouse and make that round. Instead of ever going to Nassau, just go to the 2 Disney islands.
Michael is already in.
Mike, we're going, man. Deck 11, it's all ours. Actually, it'd be deck 15 on this ship.
Yeah, because it's a little
deck 14.
Yeah.
So this boat's a little different. You were telling me, Jordan.
Yeah, so this one actually has some really fancy rooms as well too. So if you want to go to the highest of high, it's going to be one of the rooms that's in one of the funnels. And that actually has its own separate dining area. It has its own little separate cooking kitchenette area.
Dude,
it has
I'm
a
in.
separate
I'm in.
floor for your bedrooms. It has a jacuzzi whirlpool, a private deck. What more could you ask for?
It to come out next week and me to have tickets.
We can try. We can try.
I think I'll be patient and wait. Holy guacamole.
Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button.
Hi everybody. Hello. Welcome to a travel show of crazy people that all talk about Disney stuff. We're talking about the treasure if you're just joining us right now with our friend Jordan from Jordan's Disney Adventures. So go over, make sure you're subscribing to him, and I'm sure as a matter of fact, Steve already dropped it in. JC beat me to it. One of the things I actually do want to say, Joe, we are going to be talking about the Star Wars hotel closing because I have my own ideas as to what's going to happen. And I don't have it on good authority, but I have it on
Dave authority.
Well, it's on better than mine, but not as good as others. But we're going to get there in just a few minutes. So, but you agree with me that it would be a lot of fun if we were to go hit like the St. Thomas area, go do the 7-day Eastern, on the treasure for the FP meetup. I
I've
think
already
we all-
made that decision.
Jen has made a decision. Jordan, you're out of the loop. You are the weakest link. And
Oh, shucks.
goodbye.
No.
So,
If you say St. Thomas, it doesn't matter where else it goes. I will just get off at St. Thomas, and that would be the only island I care about.
it goes to
Well,
St.
see,
Thomas.
there's a
and
benefit
then-
too, Jen. You get 3 full shopping days on the ship.
There you go. That's even better for
Yo,
everyone.
she only needs one. So speaking of which,
I can enjoy the ship. Not like last time where I was like, okay, what do I do?
yeah.
There's only so many hours.
So, like, to give you an idea, the first day that we get on the Magic, as soon as the sailaway party's over, Bella's going to Kids Club. We're hitting the stores as like literally as they rope drop. We're hitting it. We're getting it in. Everybody's got their orders in. Good for you, because we're gonna hit it hard and get that stuff done. And then Saturday or whatever, the next day, day 2, we're gonna do one more day, which we'll have posted pictures, prices, all that jazz. And then we'll do it one more time, and then that'll be it. But on that 7-day cruise, I can tell you right now, dude, the shenanigans will be afoot.
Yeah, it'd be deck
So-
11 every night on the Lido, 11 o'clock.
Yep.
11 at 11. Same round table.
Yeah. So the
Well,
best part
different
of this,
round table,
Christine
but-
Hickman's like, Christine's
No,
like,
she has
my-
her order in.
my
Yes.
order was in the day you guys said it.
Yes.
But all seriousness, if you guys are interested, wow. Welcome in, everybody.
No, Kate, on the ship, they're not like
No,
as like in the park. They want you to buy the merch.
we want to be the first people in the shop, and I'm going to tell you right now, when it's gone, it's gone. So if you want to get an order in, get an order in.
And we're actually going on one of the earlier Shimmering Seas cruises. And when we did the Wish, it was the very final of until they went over to Shimmering Seas. They're still selling inaugural merch, but
Now, one of the things
Not
I will
on
tell
it.
you guys is, and I don't know if everyone knows this or if this is like common knowledge or nobody knows it, but Disney Magic is the original boat. So that merch is a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit more special because of the fact that it is the first boat. It's the first one to do it, and we're going back on it. So if you want Disney Magic merch, also make sure you put in your orders for that. But anyway, so obviously we're going to be, as soon as the booking drops, everybody, if you're interested in coming on any of the FPE meetups, whether they're at sea or not, please, tonight when we get done or in the next couple of days, send us an email, and in the subject line, let us know that you're interested in an FPE meetup.
so Mikey's been a member this channel. This has been 3 different channels for 16 months.
Love you, Mikey. Mike's like, I'm not letting go. You guys are gonna do something with this channel. So thank you, Mikey. And happy birthday. So basically, if there's anything that you guys want to do, and Jordan, what are you laughing at now?
JT.
That's fantastic. You have a year and a half. You have about a year and a half until the treasure, so you have plenty of time. Which is a good segue into this. Thank you, JT, for that lead-in. If you guys are interested, as soon as we book, Jordan, you're going to tell them what they need to send us in the form of the email. But we're also going to be talking about putting down a deposit, and then they have until give everybody the payment.
Jordan, I'm a superstar.
Yeah.
His 1 month miles.
You're
I
killing
couldn't
me.
resist.
You're killing me.
Hey, Mikey.
So kind of take everybody through from the moment we get bookings. Like if they wanted to send in information tonight, what would they send in?
Yeah, so their email address is on the screen, fpetravel@gmail.com. You'd have to send an email with all the parties, like names, as it appears on your travel documents to make sure they have that. Dates of birth, itinerary that you want to go on when we obviously pick that date for the treasure, whenever that might be, email address, phone numbers, just to make sure we have that on file. And then from there, then we can book it as fast as we can. I mean, we could even put like a 72-hour hold on the reservation as well. That way, at least it holds a cabin. And then if there's still more information that has to be gathered, or even like the deposit as well, too, we can do that. But the benefit is, though, is that you don't have to pay for it all at once, which is fantastic. So you'd have time to pay it off. And you're looking at, again, I've done so many now that, oopsies. But yeah, I mean, you can, yeah, as long as you haven't paid up for, like, by whatever the deadline date is. And again, for me to give you an accurate number right now, I'd be lying to you.
Yeah, no, but it's up to what, 60 days out?
60 days out typically. But again, it also may depend on if you're a first-time cruiser or if you've done some cruises in the past. So sometimes you might see those as being some different dates as well. And even when it comes to booking your excursions, the more cruises you've done, earlier you can book them, as long as it's been paid in full.
And that's the thing is once you start to hear once you start to hear more grumblings and we get a little more narrowed down and this and that, our goal, everybody, is to be on within the first 60 days. Our goal is really 30. And I'm not going to tell you it's not. Jordan and I have had this conversation about, I don't know, 4,500 times. So we're going to try and get on. If it's not the first time it's doing its Eastern Caribbean, it'll be the second, potentially the third. But that's how fast we're going to be booking this. So if you're interested in doing this, please reach out to us. We're not sure anything at all about numbers at all. We have some ballpark guesses at best. I would say it's whatever the fantasy is. It'll be pretty close to it. I mean, it might be a little more because of a new boat, but I don't know that that's the case. We have not heard anything about that. But just if you're interested in doing it, let us know. Get in there, drop us an email down at fpetravel@gmail.com. Throw in the subject FPE meetup. This way we can keep track of them. And then
and even with that too, Dave, if I can interject, is that even specify FPE meetup and then specify like Disney Treasure. And that way then it gets easier to kind of keep track of who's interested in what. And that way it gives better numbers to figure out in regards to who wants to go on which one.
Right. And then, so what that's essentially going to do is we're going to be able to, once we've got our dates and we have a pretty good idea as to, what we're trying to book, because the other side of it's going to be is, can we get, a booking with the amount of people? And that's the reason that we're asking for kind of like an arbitrary head count right now, is because of the fact that, we don't know if we're going to need 10 rooms, 20 rooms, almost all. Now, I can't speak for everybody, nor would I. But I'm going to say that Jordan, how many, we had 6 cabins last time?
6 cabins, yeah.
I got to imagine that we're looking at almost everybody coming to join us again. I think almost everybody committed in some capacity that they were interested in joining because they had so much fun that they were looking forward to the next one. So, you think I'm pretty close with that?
No, you are pretty close. And hopefully we can get, I think, what's our goal, Dave? Like, what are we looking at? Like 15, 20 cabins to kind of have a great time? Or
no, I think we're going to cut off, and I don't know that it's a hard cutoff because, like, I don't want anybody not to come. But, what we found out last time was, what do we all talk about? We all jokingly talk about the Lido Deck at 11 and having a blast at night and blah, blah, blah. And, I want to make sure, that, that there is the availability for people to come, but it's not so that there's so many people we can't have fun. So let me answer a couple of quick questions. Shoveling Jedi, we don't know about the discount on the Disney Treasure. That I don't know. I can tell you on the other trips, absolutely, and we're about to roll into those. When is the booking for? Marie, it is for fall of 2024, It is on the new Disney Treasure. They haven't even announced it yet. So that is something that is
We have a
soon.
new subscriber, George.
Wait for it. I can't find it.
You just scrolled back. Stream elements.
Oh, there's George. Welcome in, George. Let's give you proper FPE intro and saying welcome to the insanity. So, so when it comes to group discounts, there will be some discounts available, especially on the Royal Caribbeans. So whether it's Royal Caribbean or one of the other ones, it will be. I don't know why that's not working. Oh well, this is what it is right now.
We're good.
Marie, if you're interested, the email right below us, fpetravel@gmail.com. Just throw in your email. It'll be the subject line is FPE meetup, and then down below is all of your information, the way that it appears on your travel documents. As soon as we get a date of booking, we are booking. So we will be sending out to everybody and giving everybody a heads up. And what we will be doing is we'll have a group chat where we'll get everybody together and we'll get moving along and life will be good. So the Disney Treasure is FPE. It's, believe it or not, it's one of the last ones, but we wanted to lead with Disney because
It's Disney.
it's Disney. And I won a Disney award today. So other than that, the first meetup, so we're going to start now in this year, 2023, this coming fall, October, November. I've found 2 cruises right now. You actually don't need a passport, Marie.
She's in Canada.
You do need a passport, Marie.
Yeah.
So,
So Marie, what I would do, Marie, is make sure you get that. You don't actually need it until you do your online check-in, which is 30 days prior to the cruise. So there's definitely lots of time to actually get it. I have to renew my passport this year as well, too, because mine expires in August. So I need to make sure I get that done before traveling for, any time in the future. But definitely lots of time. And even just one more note, too, is that with the Disney Treasure and the fall itineraries for 2024, they should be coming out between the second and the third week of June is when those fall dates should be dropping. So I will definitely be keeping an eye on that, talking to Dave and Jen about it, and that way then we can share that information with everybody else.
Sounds good. Let me get out of that. Jordan, are they still on strike? That's a Jordan thing.
No, they're not.
So here's the general gist, everybody. The lineup goes like this. We have one for October or November. We have not picked the cruise yet. We wanted to ask you guys tonight before I set this into motion Monday. Like literally, we're going to start this on Monday. There is a Royal Caribbean that does an itinerary. I believe it is 4 nights.
Yes.
It is at Perfect Day,
Perfect Day, Coco Cay.
It's their island.
Mike has a good
Yes, you can, Mike. You'll be able to use, as a matter of fact, you'll be able to use the 10 and the 20 if you took the 10. If you did a pre-booking on there.
placeholder. That's it.
AAU coming in. Hold that thought, everybody. We got a new member in the house. So welcome in AAU to the madness. You know how it goes. Let's see, but
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The biggest thing is going to be is if you have the 10% off placeholder and you want to add that 20, you can, because it's a 7-day or longer cruise. So you won't have an issue with that at all. So I would highly recommend it. Then you're going to.
So I shouldn't say, Dave, that I have 80% off my next Disney cruise.
Nobody cares. You horrible
No,
rubbing.
and Candace wants to play it smart too, because she knows she can do a placeholder and get a percentage off. So
And
yeah,
Candace,
for sure.
we'll work with
sure.
Again, we don't know when bookings are going to come out, but if we know that we're going to be doing it, we'll make sure that we get those rooms held. So that's the whole thing behind this.
And Mike, you already have your deposit down. You have the
Yes.
250 placeholder too, because that was one of the boat options. So you already have your deposit down.
Yeah. So you have 30%, which would be down, and your 250, you're good to go. You're already ready.
Jill, it's Jordan. Just think.
Yeah, Jill,
Just if you know,
they destroyed their cabin on purpose. They claimed all kinds of stuff. It was ridiculous. So anyway,
I use my
that takes
Canadian
care of-
term, Jill.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
So that takes
gee.
care of Treasure 2024. Moving into this year, October, November, we're looking at it's like a 4-night cruise. It starts at $296. It's Royal Caribbean. That is an interior. It goes up as high as you want it to go, depending upon deck, portal, veranda, what.
So let me ask a question,
Shoot.
because a lot of the Royal Caribbean ship have that little area inside. So is it an interior where you face that, or
I'm gonna say at the moment, based on what I saw, no.
okay? No, I was just asking because I didn't actually look at
because there's actually,
where it was.
but that's what I was actually getting at is
Oh, sorry.
when you hit interior, there's 3 types of interior rooms. When you go to portal rooms, there's partially obstructed, and then the other, and then there's balcony and navigator, and there's so many different versions of it that if you guys are interested, it's the perfect day. And then Richie, what's up? Like a Nassau day, and you're at sea. So there's both cruises are the same itinerary. It's just whether or not can we see prices of the rooms. Without a doubt, JT, we're going to work with every single person individually. It's not a mass, like we want to give you guys that hands-on service. So when you're ready to book, if it's something that you guys are like, hey, you know what, I really want to do this, we're going to actually bring you into this program, which is StreamYard, and we can actually screen share and bring up these things. And once let's say we all settle in and say, hey, this is what we want. In theory, I can bring it up on the screen right now. As a matter of fact, I could bring it up right now. Matter of fact, Jordan, talk.
What did I do this time? I didn't do it. So actually with the
Just
new
struggle. Sing, do something.
No, I want to keep my day. No, I'm not good at singing unless you get a lot of choice beverages in me.
Yes.
But so the Disney Treasure capacity is also going to be less than the Disney Wish. So apparently they're adding more attractions on the ship as well too. But they're being very secretive about them because they want it to be a surprise. So
Secrets.
That's another thing that's going to be coming as well too, is more entertainment for all ages.
You mean like adult ages or kid ages?
But at the end of the day, Dave, we're all kids. So
I don't know. I feel pretty old.
no, so they'll have adult stuff, kid stuff. I think they're gonna have a bigger attraction on the ship, like the Aqua Mouse, but a bit bigger. So stay tuned for that, where we'll go over the water even more than what the Aqua Mouse does. So we definitely have to get Dave on that one.
Yeah, sure. As long as it doesn't go over the side of the boat, I'm in.
Is it longer than the Aqua Mouse?
It's called
15
Tron.
seconds.
It's Tron.
No, it was like 2 minutes, we'll say.
All right, so I'm going to bring this in real quick. Hey, Jordan, I'm getting faster.
Are you sure?
No. All right, so let's bring this in. Let's do a little screen share for everybody, and we'll bring this in.
Marie, don't worry about what people are saying at work.
All right, so that everybody can see this, and that's unfortunately as big as I can bring it in right
Christine,
now.
that's Royal Caribbean has Starbucks.
Oh, I love Starbucks.
Oh, Christine,
except for their new ice. Their new ice, it's horrible. It's horrible.
You don't have ice anyway.
I know. Marie, tell them that they should come in and hang out with the 207 people that are talking about being gigantic children. So an inside on this particular one, because the dates have changed slightly, I have the wrong dates in. It's $314 for the inside. Outside is $368 balcony, $440. Suite jumps up to $1,248. And then you see taxes are $109. So it's not really a horrible thing. And then the itinerary is down over here, and it shows you've got Nassau day 1, day 2 is perfect, and then which is at Coco Cay, and then day 4 is at sea. So it's a good itinerary if people are into it. If you guys are like, hey, that's pretty decent. Let me see if I can blow this up at all. Will it let me? No, it
There's
hates
a
me.
70s disco party apparently.
70s disco party. We got all different kinds of fun stuff.
That's per person, JT.
Yes. That's based on double occupancy, but it is single occupancy rate. And I'm not reading chat right now because I'm on a different page.
That's
than
why I'm looking
everybody,
down at my phone.
and I
So I'm not.
appreciate that. So, hey,
That
it's
looks like
Grease.
a Grease play.
Grease lightning.
Nice. Belle will be
Do
excited.
do 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 do. Oh, they
There's
brought
a
cars.
car on the ship. Does
So
it
there's
drive
a
you
captain's
around?
recession. There's a
Hey,
little
Josh.
gambling going on.
Yes,
little-
Rob, your question answered. Casino.
Yes, casino on board. Chef's table. Shops grill. Got Club DJ in the house. What up? Club 20.
Club 20.
Culinary classes. That's wait,
Dance
what?
classes, culinary classes. Nice.
Hey, I guess Gaston's there. Yeah, everyone can cook.
Oh,
So
anyone can go.
dance classes. We've got a little dancing under the stars. That's got to be out on the main deck. That's gonna be cool.
Instead of a pirate party, dance
No
on the
pirate
deck.
party. We're gonna dance on the deck. We got the English pub, an escape room.
A
Nah,
scape room.
that's cool. Like I just gotta tell you that's cool.
There's
And you're not getting out, Dave.
I don't want to. I'm gonna stay in there. I'm gonna be the first person never to leave.
a surfing.
Flow Rider. That
Wow.
was just added in 2018.
That's pretty cool.
They also have folding artistry. That thing's creepy. It looks like the abyss,
does.
the abyss thing that comes on the boat. Game shows. Dude, I'm going on game shows. Giovanni's Table. We got a little Grease. That was what they were showing before. Is Grease. Guest entertainers. I don't care about it being lectured. They have ice skating. Ice skating. Ice skating shows.
You could do those moves, Dave.
I got
Johnny Rock.
I got the moves.
Bella would go.
Yeah,
nuts.
Bella's gonna go nuts. She's like, Johnny Rockets is on the boat.
She
I got
can't
the
have a chili
moves
cheese dog
like
every day.
Jagger, and then this
That's-
is like an arcade thing that you
Arcade
do,
thing.
and then laser tag.
Is this the one with the bowling alley on it? Or no?
I don't remember. Live bands, live orchestra, main dining, mini golf. So y'all, I think we get the general gist of this. That
So I'm gonna say, Marie. Oh, I'm sure there are a lot of those things.
lot of
are
them are
little
gonna-
extras.
yeah.
So I mean, and a lot of the deals, they do give you like onboard credit and stuff like that. But I don't know how it is for the group bookings right now.
well, we're
because
actually a
learning.
preferred partner, and
with Royal as well.
yeah.
Oh.
So the other thing is, everybody is if everybody sat there and said, like, hey, we're in, we want to do this, because the dates that I was actually originally looking at, it was different dates. It was October 23rd.
But I'm just gonna say,
Shoot.
so Marie put up a good point.
Yeah.
So some of those like things like the culinary class and stuff like that, since we're gonna be doing things as a meetup, we can arrange and do some of them like all together as a group.
Exactly
For sure.
right.
We'll say, okay, so we want to do this. Who wants to come in? And we may just take over the class because.
All right, I was wrong. It's actually October 16th. So they've changed the dates again. And I can tell you right now that I was in our portal looking, and the group rates are ridiculous.
And someone asked about, I guess NCL. Is that?
RCL, Royal Cruise on.
Oh,
It's right there.
I thought Frank asked about Norwegian, but
Norwegians are in there. What are your thoughts on Norwegian? I've heard very positive things. The cruise lines we're going to be talking about, and I've left Jordan just sitting there. Jordan, we're going to bring you back in a second. Is obviously Royal Princess. Princess is a partner of ours as well. Norwegian, I've heard great things. MSC, yes, they just got a bad report, but it's the first time ever, because I went in and I asked about it. They've had 97, 98s, and 99s on their CDCs every other time. The two things that they got nailed for, honestly, I don't believe is the cruising agency's fault at all. It was an employee that did not wash their hands. Yes, it's gross, but that's them simply having to retrain an employee. Not that there was something wrong with the ship. Both offenses that got them their low grade were about employees that needed to be retrained. So little different. I wouldn't girls drinks.
that's funny.
That's awesome. So basically, the Holland American also, JT. I have to say this because I've been watching a lot of things in our group with Cruise Brothers. Basically, they keep sending out things that Carnival is really trying to clean up their game. They've had incidences here lately where they're not taking it lying down anymore. They're thinking about limiting the drinking packages. They're talking about, how they can regulate it so that people are not falling down drunk in the hallways, to make it more family friendly again because they're affordable. So they're looking into it. Plus, it sounds like they have their own private security on every ship now, to deal with some of these things. So you may see some changes coming with Carnival in the future. But if everybody sat there and said, because when Jordan and I were looking at this, we both kind of felt, like the 4-night, 5-day, especially with it being in October, was the right amount of time. It gave everybody a great cost breakdown, a couple of $100 per person, and it's 4 or 5 days. You get the perfect island, you get the Nassau, you get the experience at sea. There's a lot on that boat. Jordan, thoughts about this particular FPE meetup?
No, I think it'd be great. It's more affordable than definitely hopping on like a Disney cruise, for example. No, I think, yeah, I mean, this would definitely be a lot of fun for sure. You get a lot of people to come out and join, and all the activities that they have on the ship as well too, like they're endless. So I would say if you can get the time off work or you have the time available, I would say email Dave and Jen by 9 o'clock tonight, so you have 40 minutes, and get the ball rolling. Like, it's cost effective, and again, Dave's going to help. Dave and Jen are going to help you book it as well too, and make it easy. You just have to make sure you send them all the accurate details, and they'll book it right away for you.
So Marie put in a hard question. What if there's a repeat? Let me put this up. What if there's a repeat of what happened to you guys, but the fun was dampened? Look, I'm going to tell you right now. I've probably talked with DCL, Disney Cruise Lines, as much as anybody has. Now, not as much as Jordan, because Jordan, they all know him. So this can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Their boats can break down. They could change ports. You could get a storm and they go to a different area. So you may have your heart set on going to St. Thomas, but a storm comes through and they change it over and they say, well, we're going to Haiti instead. Any one of these things can happen. Now, I will tell you, on the Magic, we took travel insurance. I highly recommend anybody who book with travel insurance for 3 reasons. Number one, you don't know if your kiddos are going to get sick, literally like the week of. You don't know if you're going to get sick, and you don't know whether or not something's going to happen that's going to disrupt, and this is the operative word, disrupt your travel and or trip. I think this is a disruption. Had we have had travel insurance on the last go around, I'd have given it a shot because I would have called it a trip disruption. So I would say, hands down, if you're going to book, it's $190 thereabouts. I'm coming.
Yeah, and that cost is. Yeah, and that cost is based on the amount of parties in your group too.
And I was going to say, it can go up from there. Like, we've been quoting it all over the place, but the average is about $200. So Trish, what is port of departure? Port of departure will be Port Canaveral. So, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to try and go out of Port Canaveral as often as possible for the most selfish of reasons. It's an hour and 15 minutes from my house. So if I don't have to get up and drive to Miami, I'm good. That doesn't mean that if we did a Western, we wouldn't go out of Tampa, because also 2 hours from my house. But what dates are we contemplating? Yeah.
I was going to touch on Marie's question really quickly too. So kind of an example is that, so my parents and my sister were on a Regent 7 Seas cruise in Brazil, and the backup generator failed. They were stuck in port for 4 days. So, they got, I think it was like, now Regent 7 Seas, you do pay a little bit more for it, more than Disney. But they were given a 25% off a future cruise each. So I think it worked out to be $2,500 US per person that they got back. But then again, they were allowed to get off on ports. They open up more activities on board for them to do. But again, they're also smaller ships. And what everyone has to understand and realize, this can happen like on any cruise line, like what Dave said. But I say at the end of the day, though, and I witnessed this on the Disney Wish, it's not the fault of the crew. So
No.
going to like yell and scream at the crew, I think that was one of the most disgusting things I saw when I was talking to guest services
agree.
when I was there. You can't do that because at the end of the day, it's not their fault. They have just as much information as what we do. So you have to be patient with them
Or
and
less.
have understanding.
Yeah, sometimes they have less information. There have been times I've walked up in the park and I've said something to guest services, and they're like, "I didn't know that." I mean, at the end of the day, the expression is accidents can happen. It's why you have car insurance. It's why you have medical insurance. It's why you get travel insurance. They're all the same. So, look, I'm just going to tell you right now, there's not going to be a trip that I'm going to go on a cruise. I will not get travel insurance if this is what this is covering. Now, I'm waiting on our company. Our company uses a very specific insurance, and I've asked to see the entire document so that I can read it. And once I read it, then I'm going to call in. I'm going to ask the questions that I have so that I know how our travel insurance works. We will not have a repeat of the last cruise. We will not have a repeat of lack of leadership or inability or knowledge to do this. We will be handling it totally differently. It will be led from the top down, not from the bottom up. And that wasn't a shot at Jordan. That was because Jordan jumped in and said, "It's all me, brother. I got it." But that's not how this is going to go. He is the most knowledgeable person. He's been a travel agent for 6 years. We will be working with and leaning on Jordan for almost all of it. Jordan is going to be working with us on a lot of things when it comes to the travel aspect. So, and it's just passion, friendships, all those things. His passion for Disney is second to none, and his experience is there. So we're going to be doing all those things kind of tandem. Running Warrior said, "What dates are we contemplating?" The cruise that I'm looking at the moment is, and I just had it up in CB Tools, is October 16th. There's a couple of them that all fit the same bill, to be perfectly honest with you. There could be a couple of dates anywhere from, in the Octobers into Novembers, but October 16th right now is the one that I'm looking at the most. And then I want to kind of tie that into JT because JT said that would be about $1,000 for balcony total. I think it's going to be less than that because this is the per stateroom rate and not the group rate. The group rate, depending upon what agency discount I get and what group rate discount they give me, I have seen it 10%, 20%. I have seen 50% off for a group rate for over 10 staterooms being booked. So these things are going to matter. So the more people that we get to come in, as I understand it now, I'm not 100% sure, but the rate comes down. So if we get we're going to block off 15 rooms to start and see if we can fill 15 rooms. If we need 20, we'll get to 20. But if you guys send us in and say October 16th, I would love to be going on a 5-day cruise, go hang out with FPE. We're going to have scheduled events that we're going to do. And kind of like what Marie was talking about, I will know that boat intimately. And I will make sure that I do know about what classes are available. We'll have some cruising meetings where you guys will tell us the things that you're interested in so that we can see what overlaps. We'll mesh it together. We'll put together something incredible.
So Jill's asking about November dates.
There are November dates. I don't remember exactly which ones they were. I'm going to have to pull those up. How much travel insurance cost for a Canadian?
So
we'll
Marie,
find out.
That would depend. So if with Dave and Jen booking the trip, so say it's $190 US, you pay the $190 US, and then plus whatever the conversion rate is into Canadian dollars. So your cost would be the same based on if it's like 2 or 3 occupancy as other people. But again, we'll pay a little bit more because of the conversion rate.
So I just want to thank Rob for singing Gilligan's Island because had I have seen it, I would have sung along.
No, he was. I didn't want to.
Michael, I don't know that when I talked with my Disney DM, it doesn't sound like they do much, if anything, when it comes to Disney group rate. Now, again, I'm really new to this. So I can tell you right now, I've been included in the Disney group for our travel company. So as soon as I have a little bit more information about the treasure, I'll let you guys know.
So JT, I'll answer your question like this on the Wish anyway. When I was able to get on it, it was good. Just like it wasn't one of those things where my phone would automatically connect. I had to keep signing into it.
Keeping in mind that that's Disney.
And it was Disney. I don't know about the other ships at the moment, but Disney was I wasn't not gonna not have it, but
Now I will tell you this. My coach was on a trip on the West Coast when I was on the phone with her. She sounded like she was in the next room. So
oh really? I didn't realize
she was on a boat.
I didn't know
She
she
was
was cruising.
yeah, she was day 2 on her cruise. So she was out in open water talking to me on the phone via Wi-Fi call. So
It was really clear.
it was
Was she
crystal
on
clear.
Royal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what's what. So we'll find out. Again, these will be questions when you include your, hey, yes, I'm interested. Give us your questions. Like, what's the Wi-Fi like? What's this going to be like? What's that? Can we do this? Yes, they do have Starlink satellite. Thank you, Christine. I forgot about that, but yes, they have Starlink, which is incredible. And as a matter of fact, most phones are super compatible with Starlink. So,
and Disney uses that as well too, Dave. They've now incorporated that as part of their internet on their ship. However, it is satellite as well too. So you have to remember, if you're in storms and that sort of thing, you're going to have that disruption with your signal,
exactly
right?
And more of those Doppler towers that are on deck makes your signal better. The less amount of Doppler towers, the worse your experience.
Yeah. And if you're on a Disney cruise ship too, if you have an iPhone, you can actually message each other with iMessaging at no extra cost. So you don't even have to get the internet package if you don't want to. You can stay in touch that way there. And or if you want to chat with someone, you can always use the chat service inside the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. Now keep in mind, all the cruise lines will have an app with all their different unique features and probably chat services and where you can check things out as well too. So that's another thing to keep in consideration when you're on board, to make sure you have that. I mean, that's like your tool to the ship, your toolbox. It's going to tell you everything that you need to know. So you got to make sure that you have that app downloaded on your phone.
Well, and that's kind of the point though, is also make sure you check with your cell carrier. I screwed up for whatever reason. I left my phone on. I never put it in airplane mode. I got hit with a $150 cell phone bill on top of the fact that we paid for internet on the boat. So apparently my motor's starting. Basically do a little bit of research, but we'll also remind you guys of this stuff as we're getting down the road. But this one we're looking at, and Jill, I am going to look at November dates. It just depends upon if everybody would rather an October or a November. They're the same itinerary, virtually the same price, and I mean within dollars of one another. It just depends upon who does what for travel. Some people, November, I've been told, was a little bit of an issue only because of Thanksgiving. October we were looking at because we knew the weather would still be warm. So it just comes down to what you guys want is what we want. We can book anything. So that is the next cruise up. We will be literally putting it out there for Monday. We will be scheduling a booking. So if you guys have input and you want to be a part of this and you want to say, hey, I want in, fpetravels@gmail.com down below. Get us an email ASAP because we will be doing this on Monday.
Isn't it FPEN travel?
Oh, crap.
I'm sorry.
No, you're 100% right. I was rushing to get the background made because it's actually that. So for everybody who sent it to FPE Travels,
and it just bounced back.
This guy's a moron.
I don't know where it went. So
crap. Now I need to open up FPE Travel. Go open up FPE Travel.
I can't. I'm on my limit on Gmails I can open on this device right now. So.
Ay. So all right. So moving right along, Andy, we don't know yet. As soon as we get the Disney Treasure update, it's literally as soon as we get it, we will be posting it. So make sure you're following us on IG as well, because I post in stories every day. So if I find something out, I put in my stories. So make sure you're going over to IG. Make sure that you guys are following us. Here goes an igloo dweller question. I mean, Canadian question. How do Canadian phone carriers work at sea? I'm sorry, this is new for me. Marie, don't apologize. That's what this show is about. It is so that you guys can ask questions and we can answer it. And I have a resident Canadian. Take it away, Vern.
Marie, so the phone carrier package for doing international is going to depend on your phone carrier. So whether you're with up here, whether you're with Rogers, Bell, Telus, Kudo, whoever, you'd want to get in contact with them to find out what your rate would be. I know with Telus, I could have gotten a plan. I think it was like $14 a day for international roaming, which would have covered my internet as well as my phone calling as well too. So that's one thing. But yeah, so definitely call whoever your carrier is as it gets closer to the time frame, and they can tell you. And I know that Shoveling Jetta had a question as well too. Again, same sort of thing. Depending on where, like again, on your cell carrier, you'd have to figure out what that kind of plan would be for you to get when you're traveling to different international destinations. And then the internet, again, it really depends on how many devices you plan on getting connected to the service. So if it's Disney, for example, you could be looking at as cheap as I think $12 a day or something like that for like the very basic surf plan, where you really can't do a whole lot. Then there's like a basic one where you can do more, internet surfing, check things on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. And then the one level higher, which was $36 per day per an individual device. And then you can do more things like go on YouTube and that sort of thing. Other cruise lines will have like packages put together, like Wi-Fi, drink packages, gratuities. That's going to depend on what package you want. But I know Dave and Jen, when they're doing a quote and that sort of thing, they can definitely help out and get that exact pricing for you.
Now the thing with the internet package on the Wish, we did for the 2 devices, and we did a multiple day, and you kind of got a little break on it. It wasn't like significant, but it was a break because you did get the multiple days.
And then when AT&T hit me with $150, it made it all worthwhile. But does anybody else feel like he made up all of those cell companies? Like he's like Mars, Jupiter, Clark Bar. Like
JG just sent a 99-cent super sticker. It looks like
JG, thank you.
And then Chomps is here.
Chompy Chomps. Well, I'm getting down there. I promise.
Thank you.
I held up the chat for just a minute.
Where's
because
Mike Wheeler? He's gonna yell at you.
I held. Shh, don't say that. So JT said, "Are we still thinking about Disney Christmas get together?" Yes, I'm going to actually accelerate this at this point because I can. So JT, we are still looking at the first week in December as an FPE meetup here in Orlando. For the people who are not a fan of cruising, we're definitely thinking about that first week. I'm going to get some solid dates, pull some hotels on and off property so that we can get those together. You're not going to need park passes, unless you want to go in and do some of the stuff with us in the parks. But other stuff will be done down at Disney Springs. It'll be done at the resorts. We're going to have a lot of fun. So that is definitely still going to be happening. What?
Did you want to do a putt thing or something?
Yeah, we're gonna reinstitute the first ever FPE Tri Wizards putt tournament, where you get to win the golden putter, whoever wins. So let's see. I'm going down. I promise I'm going as fast as we are. Are we looking at a specific cruise itinerary or ship? If you're talking about the one in October, it is the Independence of the Sea. It is Royal Caribbean. The itinerary is Nassau, Coco Cay, at sea, back to Orlando, back to Port Canaveral. So that is that. Let's see. Chomps is in the house. What's up, everybody? And then, of course, there is our super sticker. I'm catching up. I'm finally getting there. So we got to run one of these. All right. And then, last but not least, did I miss anything else? I think I'm caught up, right? See, Mike Wheeler, I'm caught up, and you can't yell at me. So, So that takes care of the October cruise. I have a feeling it'll probably be October, just because it would be very difficult October, November into December if somebody wanted to do both. It'd be very difficult to do. But let's say it's October 16th because that's the date that I'm sitting up on the computer right now. And then it would be the first week in December. Now we're talking about our longer cruise. This one is still to be determined. I've pulled up about 7 or 8 different cruises, one of which is an MSC cruise, which I'm waiting to get some. VRAP says it'd be great December. Sounds good, JT. Perfect. I'd cruise if I could go on the Wish with Jordan as my personal guide. Lynn, he knows every ship like that. They're all the same to him. He walks on there and it's like he just knows. So the one in May, April or May, will more than likely be the MSC Seaside. I'm waiting on them to get back to me because I do have a question about their dress code. I had read somewhere that after 6 o'clock, guys got to be in pants, and I am not doing that.
Because Jordan's like, I'm not going.
I won't do it. Like, I'm not going. So in that sense, that's the rule, that cruise line's out. If it's not the rule, it's something we're seriously looking at because they offer 7, 8, and 11-day cruises, and they're ridiculously affordable. So we're looking at that, but we'd also be looking at a Royal and there was one other one I don't remember. I want to say Princess, but I'm not 100% sure it was Princess. I think it was. So it'll be one of those 3 cruise lines. It will be, without a doubt, it will be a week trip. It will not be shorter than that. So we're looking at 7 days minimum. 7 or 8 days is probably what we're looking at. We are going to be looking for that super competitive travel. I saw a cruise on Royal Caribbean. It was 50% off with a group rate of 15 or more cabins. That was taking it down to balconies at $1,000. So cruiser, what up, crew? Hold on, let me get to something real quick. So we've got Shoveling Jedi. If it's something that you want to do, contact us and we'll go ahead and work with everybody. Everybody's situation is different. A lot of times when I watch these videos about like the 5 or 10 things that you should know before you do it, most of it doesn't apply. It's got to apply to you. Travel is very personal. It may be that we're new to cruising, but I'm very versed in traveling. So, I know that you've asked a bunch of questions about a bunch of different things. Reach out to us. We'll go ahead and, if it's something that you're interested in doing, we'll get you here. We'll get you on a boat, get you doing whatever it is that you're doing. But we're happy to help. So our Sergeant at Arms is in the house. Everybody, welcome in. Let us know its dates for December so we can get the dates and plan. JT, without a doubt, I'll make sure that we reach out to you ASAP. We are just trying to get the cruise set up for Monday, and then all of my attention will turn to December. And then I'll be focused on those 2 things while we're picking the May cruise as well. After that, we'll be looking at the Disney Treasure. So I think we pretty much have come full circle. I think.
Come back to port.
We've come back to port.
It's a closed cruise.
Oh, it's a closed cruise. High five. That was the way that was done.
I Googled
Oh. Anyway. Jordan. Did I miss
What's
anything?
up, Dave?
AAU. It hasn't come through yet. There it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The bear shark. And everybody, AAU is moving down this way, so he's going to be a Floridian soon. Can't wait to have him down here so that can introduce him to the finer things of Disney. I have lots of things to show you, Eric. Lots.
You're going to take him into the
goodness.
unknown.
Dude, that was fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, so basically what we're talking about here, everybody, is we've got our FPE meetups pretty much set. Guys, it always depends upon what you say. The email address, now the correct one, is on screen, not the phony one I put up before. I can't believe I did that.
I'm gonna send an email to it, see what happens. If I get a response.
It'll say, yeah, your husband's an idiot. So reach out to us. Let us know about these things.
Oh,
Marie
Marie.
D, welcome
Nice.
in.
Thanks, Marie.
Let us give you new member. New member. New member.
That music sounds like from another channel.
Yeah, it's from Florida Park Explorers. I
I'm
copied it directly
kidding.
from them. I
We're
stole
in the
all of
same
their stuff.
studio.
So that's basically okay, JG. What did I miss?
I was talking to Jordan, I
Oh,
think.
okay. So basically, everybody, that kind of takes us around the world in 80 minutes.
Yeah,
Thereabouts.
We're pretty
We
darn
won an
close.
award from D20.
Major award.
I won a major award through D23. They gave me a plastic statue. Let's see.
You have to make sure you put that
Jordan-
on your special shelf, Dave.
Oh, it's going on my special shelf. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm definitely forgetting something. 80 minutes and what? I don't know. My story today, crew, I put up on Instagram said that I would take you around the world in under 80 minutes. I don't even know what it means. Marie, I'm pretty sure we all missed it. It was kind of a joke. The D23 statues came out today, or started to get mailed out. And so when Jen came in and woke me up and showed it to me, I thought we won an award. And so I've been kind of just playing it off that Disney sent us an award. And it looks a lot like, you got to pull by the base or you're breaking.
I don't know why we're putting it back. Are you
You're
putting it
gonna
on
break
the
it.
shelf?
Yeah, he's going to the shelf, but
This box is
I
jammed.
love that box. That box is not going anywhere.
I know.
Look at him. Well, hiya, pals. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
I like the back 100 thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? And then when you get your medals for your
To run Disney.
Run
medals.
Disney, you put it around it to display.
See, he's got a cool jacket on, but it literally says that they're my fan club. So I thought that they were a fan of mine. Be careful,
Am
don't
I
break
putting it back or?
until it goes upstairs. I don't
All
see
right.
why you wouldn't. So that's the D23 statue that came out. So we got that, and then we were telling everybody also, for anybody who came in late, we got our new gimbal after the theft of the last one. Yesterday, this chat came together and did something amazing. You guys replaced the stolen gimbal and got us to Mickey and Minnie's Not So Scary.
Mickey's Not So Scary.
It's Mickey and Minnie's.
Halloween
I'm
party.
not taking Minnie out of this. She's adorable. Mickey and Minnie's Not So Scary Halloween party. So you guys did it in 23 minutes. And we never asked you guys to do anything. And I super appreciate you guys. But this is our new Star Wars gimbal. It's Return of the Gimbal. Oh, there it is.
It's Return
of the Gimbal. Boom, done.
It can't be the Gimbal Strikes Back. It's the sequel.
It can't. No, this has got to be the Return of the Gimbal because it returned. We're there. It does turn into a lightsaber, but you have to use your imagination.
Actually, there's a light. This one actually has a light in it. This is actually
we'll have to demonstrate.
There's just a couple little differences of the other gimbal we had. This is like the S, like like iPhone's like, no, it's not good enough. Well, this company's
Are you going to design like something special for everyone or shit that represents? Oh yeah, that's what we did last time. Do you have the magnet?
I don't have it on me.
Well,
I don't have any pockets.
You should get a pocket with it on it. Put an air tag on it. That's actually not a bad idea.
But we're gonna
we're
etching that thing.
So this is the way this gimbal works, but watch this. This was pretty cool. This was a new feature. It is a lightsaber. Ooh. So it does actually have a little light up feature. It's pretty cool. But this chat came together yesterday, and we appreciate you guys so much. This was what was given out to all of the cruisers who went on the last one. This was to hang on your door. There was one for your door and one to take home. But this was the FPE. There's the Wish. There's our little logo, and I can't find it, but there it is. That was the Plus, we did media bags for everybody last time. Jordan, what was in that thing?
I can tell you.
Well, yeah, there was
Somebody
the
tell me.
magnet. Well, no, we'll see. The magnet, you guys were generous enough and put it on my door.
Yes. We hand delivered those because those came as I was leaving for the boat. But what we put in a cooling towel, the lanyards, and the little Jim Shore
Yeah, there were Jim Shore statues that we gave to everybody
and koozies
and
stickers.
koozies and the Mickey bags.
Yes.
So there were Mickey bags that had cooling towels in it, that had the Jim Shore, that had lanyards, that had everything. It was a fun little media bag. There's no doubt.
Jordan disappeared.
Jordan, wow, he went into the unknown.
He's gone.
That's
Just getting the
fantastic. So yeah, I mean, look, the idea of this is for us to all be together, and I think that every single person that was on this cruise, despite of the disaster that happened, it was so much fun, and I think that's what everybody took away from this. So we're really interested in seeing what happens on Royal Caribbean, and does it have the same magic? Oh, and we're gonna have more people on it. This one.
And if you are traveling with kids, they do have kids programs on Princess Ship. Princess
All of
is
them.
sponsored by Discovery, I think, on Discovery Channel, and
MSC is Lego.
MSC is Lego, and then Royal Caribbean is some other kind of like Discovery type thing. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's pretty cool.
There's the Jim Shore Mickey.
Sailor Mickey.
Sailor Mickey's right there. So that was given to everybody. So everyone got their Jim Shores and everyone got their stuff. We might do something a little different this time. Obviously, we're going to be changing them up as we can. But is this the channel I can lodge? Yes.
Bear Shark.
You can lodge complaints here, but we vocalized them on Bear Shark TV. But yes, you can have your by all means, and you can also send emails. I get lots of not so nice emails. But so yeah, we put together a cool media kit for everybody. I realized last time, excuse me, that I gave everybody an additional carry-on. So I'll have to solve that problem this next go round as to see, Rob just put it in. I gave everybody carry-ons. I may have to come up with a different way of doing it. We may have to send it to you like beforehand or after the cruise. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, it'll probably be before because otherwise that would be stupid. And this way you can pack it the way that you want to, whatever you want to bring. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So the next one out of the box is going to be Royal Caribbean. Be a 4-night, 5-day, sometime more than likely October 16th. Might be in November, but more than likely October 16th. Then we're going to be looking at the dates. It will be the first week of December. I just have to pick those dates so that we can get everybody on board. JT, if you had a preference, would it be weekend or weekday? Let us know. For anybody who's interested in coming down that first week, or if you already have it booked, let us know, because then we can also try and schedule with you, because at the end of the day, it's not a meetup if you guys aren't here. So let's make that work. And then obviously we'll get into that May cruise and then up and coming weeks. This way you guys have plenty of time to not only book, but to also get those deposits down and to go ahead and make sure that we're having fun. Disney Treasure News was brought to us by Jordan's
This guy.
Disney Adventure. I forgot to do it again this week, Jordan. You got to remind me of this stuff.
Oh, his whole
See, his is great because his says it, mine says me. Oh, it says Dave the Bear Shark. Oh, I didn't know that.
What are headlines?
The All Powerful.
Oh, there you go.
It says Dave the Bear Shark, the All Powerful.
It's not here, so I'm hiding.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the All Powerful. So Jordan's Disney Adventures. You guys go over, make sure you're supporting Jordan over there. Let's see, did we have any other questions? Too bad the cruise not soon. That's funny.
Jenna has a question. about the
Jedi.
Christmas Disney? Like what resort?
More than likely, we're gonna look at Pop. We'll probably be. The good news is Disney's they're pretty cool about the way that all works. We're going to be looking at Pop. We're going to be looking at the All Stars. We're going to be looking at pretty much the other aspect is I've never worked with Disney doing this, so we're going to try to make it so that people can stay at whatever resorts they want. I don't know exactly how it works, but the bigger concern that I have is making sure that I have an off property resort for those of you who want to use like Hilton Honor Points or any one of the other programs so that we're ready to go. I also don't know how many people are going to come in the first week of December, whether it's weekend or middle of the week. Those things will matter as well. So a lot of it's going to determine about your feedback, everybody. You got to let us know what you're interested in. If I just set an arbitrary date, it's arbitrary for us. Why? I live here. I can go any day I want. This is about you guys. So keep in mind everything when we say FPE meetup, this isn't about us. This is about us being with you guys, hanging out, having fun, doing this stuff that we all want to do together as a group and having a great time. So, let us know if there's anything that you guys want. Please send us emails. The other thing I'll tell you is we're looking to develop a new segment. It will be called Question of the Week. Wow, it's really original. And you'll send in, get this, a question via email, and we'll answer it here during Question of the Week. Also, you can challenge Jordan on all things Disney Cruise Line related. If you stump him, maybe we'll start a new game show. It'll be Stump Jordan on a question. You guys will send it in to us. We'll make sure that he doesn't know the answer prior to coming in. And then if you stump him, maybe we'll send you out a pin or something. So we'll do something fun about it. This way he's really got to get up there. I would prefer a weekend so husband can come. See, things like that, Jessica.
Like Friday through Sunday.
Maybe if Thursday through Monday and whatever, and everybody leaves. Call it Question of the Week. See, there you go.
Me.
So last but not least, because Disney Joe just reminded me, and I appreciate that. We did not talk about the Star Wars hotel that just has been announced closing. The Galactic Star Cruiser has completed its voyage. Why? Because it was not the brightest idea right out of the box. You wanted us to buy Star Wars. Now you're going to get my Star Wars rant. You guys were looking for a Bear Shark rant? Here it comes. You guys opened up a Star Wars hotel that had nothing to do with my characters, and you want me to spend $8,000 on it. Not going to happen. There's no Darth Vader. There's no Luke Skywalker. You don't get my money. So what should they do? This is really kind of simple. The hotel's built. It's themed. It's brand new. It's awesome. It's not really that used, so it's probably in pretty good shape. I think they're going to turn it into a premium resort, just like Contemporary, Grand Flow, one of those other type resorts that are on the high end. It'll probably go from anywhere from $599 to $799 per night. It still has the ability to use the transport that they purchased and modded out specifically to take you to Batu. You'll have your own entrance directly into the park. They'll include some kind of security right there. And you'll be able to go in and out of the park that way and go about your everyday stuff. So, basically at the end of the day, I think they're simply going to use the theming. People are still going to be dressed in there. They still have their people. There will be no show. There will be no anything along those lines. And you will be able to go to that hotel, have a Star Wars experience, go into the parks the way that you normally would. It'll be a very short trip. And you'll be able to utilize those things. They'll have to obviously modify the hotel because it has no bus capabilities in the front to go anywhere. So it would be a real pain to go ahead and try and get anywhere through that resort. So I think what they're going to wind up doing is utilizing what they have. They'll add.
I like Theo's idea though, but
that's funny. I have a whole Hollywood Studios remake. If Disney simply would pick up the phone, and by the way, Disney, call me. I can redo all this stuff, and I'll make everybody happy.
No, and Jess, that's exactly what Dave's saying. Just like a Star Wars themed hotel would have been super cool. And then I realized that they were doing this immersive experience, And it's what's funny is there was when it happened, I was on the monorail with Bella. Everybody on the monorail was talking about it. And one of the girls didn't. They're like, well, the only parking you go to is Hollywood Studios. I go, you can only go to Bat2 and you have to stay with a group of people. She's like, oh, I didn't even know that. She's like, that makes the experience even like
It's not a great
kinda-
experience.
And you're paying more money than going to the park for like 3 days at like and staying.
Oh, it's way more expensive.
So,
And it's a stupid idea. So, at the end of the day, what they need to do is they need to go after this as a Star Wars themed hotel with incredible character interactive experiences. They need to expand the grounds to make it feel like you're in Endor or something along those lines. They need to give that feel. They need to have some kind of pool added to the property with obviously some kind of, like Endor bar. It would be cool if you were able to go out the doors and they were just like the doors on Endor. So that's what I would do if I were doing it. Like, hold on, I got to get back up and read.
Candace had said, no, Candace agreed. If they did it where you did a split stay, where you'd stay at one resort and then they gave you an incentive to go there and do, that would be great. Okay, great.
They should have also, now, by the way, here's where I go ahead and everyone realizes Dave's a genius. They should have bought another cruise ship, renovated it into Star Wars, and made a land and sea package. They would take you in a take your pick. It doesn't matter. Some kind of transporter bus down to the port, right onto the boat. You're in a Disney immersed Disney Star Wars thing. It would be epic. It would be a land and sea package like none other. It would, by the way, they need a Star Wars cruise ship. Jordan, am I wrong?
Well, yeah. Well, Disney did buy a 75% built cruise ship that was supposed to be a 9,000 capacity guests. However, they've decreased it down to 6,000, and they're completely ripping out everything on the inside. And then that ship will be sailing out of Singapore, and that's supposed to be 2025.
They need to buy another boat. Give me a Star Wars boat.
But they're building another one. After the Treasure, they've got another one that's in that Triton class that will be coming out. So you just never know what might be on that one, Dave.
They might just do a full Marvel though, because they're set up for it.
No Marvel. I already got Marvel. Give me Star Wars. Give me real Star Wars. I want to have a battle with Vader. Like, come on. Anyway, so yeah, for staying there, yeah, exactly. So let's see what other things did I miss. Boop boop boop. Everyone can buy a pie and pay $1 to hit Bear Shark. Dude, I'm telling you, AAU, $1 doesn't cover it. You need to go back and watch Streamer House a year and a half ago. We already did that. You're late to the party. By the way, I'm going to hit you in the face with a pie for free. All those pies that you hit Sammy with, what do you think's coming day one down in Disney Springs? You thought you got away with all those things, huh? Yeah? I don't think so. You just wait. Let's see. They are probably 75%. Yeah, I agree, JT. They didn't have it right from the word go. It was designed to fail. And I think they pulled because there are rumors that they were working on new storyboards and other things. I think that they knew it wasn't right from the word go. They should have had it because those screens were LED. They could have had all 3 stories. No, Jordan. I was going to. Then I decided not to. No, I didn't. I made a decision. So they could have had a Rey story. They could have had a Luke story. They could have had them all. And they could have, this way, they would have had a rotating theme. It would have given you multiple reasons to come back. Not really smart. Well, it's funny, Jessica. I've been saying all along, Universal needs to come out with a Harry Potter boat. If they come out with a Harry Potter boat, I might move on to it. So, and the name of the channel would be Living in Potterland. So, keeping the room, stores, adding more buildings. Joe, that's probably what they'll do. Would be my guess, but they need to utilize what they have already. They could still make it a fun, interactive experience, but just not keep you on lockdown.
No, so you'll see Jess's comment coming up. It doesn't look like stars; it looks more like Star Trek. Also, not gonna lie, when you drive by, it looks like a jail.
Well, that's exactly right, though, because there is no exterior theming. What they need to do is they need to come in with the redwood trees from Endor, put them around the outside and almost make it look like a wall. This way you can't see it. It'll be sound dampening, and give you that experience, and then move towards, unfortunately, it's cast member parking. So like they have a really
I
big
remember like
problem.
building it. And we're like, wait,
They've
what?
got an issue with where they put it, that it's an, I mean, it's one of two things. It's either knock it down or utilize it. And if you're going to utilize it, it's not that hard to incorporate the buses, a pool, couple of things. Keep it a small resort, call it a day. It'll be this way you'll sell out of it every night. It'll be booked for years in advance. It's what they should do. It's a good marketing move. It's a good bottom line move. Yes, Harry Potter themed boat, but royalties to JK would make it. I got to be honest with you. She's actually pretty smart. She probably would sit there and say, you know what? I'll take my royalties off the top anyway and be in good shape. But that boat would be incredible because Bella and I have already designed the boat. So when they decide to do it, all they got to do is ask.
Just to
Come
talk
on,
about
Jordan, I
Harry
saw
Potter
you.
really quickly, looks like there's actually a deal that's already been in the works between Universal with Harry Potter and one of two cruise lines, and they're actually designing Harry Potter themed cruise ship with your staterooms and restaurants and adventures on board. But that could be next week.
Do you know which cruise line?
I'm not going to share that till next week.
I know because I know which ones, because you and I have had this conversation.
That's true.
Let's give a cliffhanger.
So the cliffhanger is next week we'll tell you guys about the Harry Potter boats that are in the talks at the moment. We'll also, now that we've gotten a lot of this FPE stuff out of the way, yes, Joe, I was kind of leading up to it because I was going to, but Jordan's right. We're going to save it for next week because if not, we'll be here for 5 hours tonight. So next week we'll talk about the Harry Potter boat. We'll tell you about what we do know. We'll also be telling you about the finalized decisions for the October and December trips. We'll be talking about the May trip. We'll be talking about some of the other fun stuff. And we're going to start taking this show in the direction that it was supposed to be doing, which is travel tips and tricks, travel news, things like that. Stumping Jordan because it's funny. It would be really great. I'm not a big New York City person, Joe. I grew up in that general area. We have a ton of family up there, so when we're up there, they consume us. So if we were to go into the New York City area, it would be very hard for me to do a meetup at all, simply because both of our families, would dominate, especially with grandkids and cousins and nieces and nephews. So New York, anytime we go to New York, it's pretty much it's all personal. But it's something where we can book in the New York areas. But anywhere anybody wants to book, we'll be able to book those travel trips. But for us, we're going to start in Disney World, the Disney Cruise Line, and any other cruises, and we'll work our way out as we get a little bit more experienced. So, Jill, that's kind of accurate. Tomorrow we will be in Epcot.
Well, wait. Tomorrow, well, we have to discuss. I have host at 5, so because this concert starts at 5:30.
So we're probably going to do Casting Crowns at least once. I'm there to see the show. I'll do whatever, but I'm not moving. So if they play the second set and it's the same as the first, I'm done. But if it's all 3 different sets, I will be sitting there watching all 3. But tomorrow, Epcot with Jen, Bella, the whole family will be there. We'll be hanging out, doing our thing, having a little bit of fun. Jordan, you got a bunch of material you've been releasing and are going to continue to release this week, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So
but
get
I'm
over to
going to
Jordan's
enjoy probably the next week at Castaway, and that's where I'll.
Jordan's taking the week at Castaway. If you need him, that's where he'll be. So it'll be nice and easy.
Is
But
that Castaway Canada?
Castaway Canada. Canada K.
Yeah, it was like.
But yeah, so then what do you got going on this week?
Well, Monday is Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. Tuesday we're gonna test Character Warehouse in Vineland, so probably all 3 of us are gonna go to do that. Because if it worked like the IG, we might be gravy.
Now, speaking of which, if it turns out and you're one of the people who likes to shop at Character Warehouse and the YouTube stream does not hold, we will be switching over to Instagram. So if you're not following Jen on Instagram,
Or Dave, if
I
you're
would.
with we
I'm just saying, I would, whether it's both of our channels, you should be
Yeah.
following, or both of our
you should be following
IGs
us.
and Jordan's IG, because Jordan's on screen and he's just sitting there staring at us. You
And
should
then-
be following all of us. All of us.
And then Thursday, right now we have the Pirates dinner.
What's
and
Wednesday?
Wednesday, I'm gonna say Epcot for the M80s.
M80s.
So
You ever making it back to Magic Kingdom?
I'm going there Monday.
Gotcha.
Going to Animal Kingdom and then gonna go to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom's actually open till 11. So when it opens till 10, it's just like a waste of
Yeah.
of things.
Theo, I agree with you, and it's a particular person's fault, and I'm not allowed to go negative, so I won't.
No negativity.
But anyway, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna, regardless, we'll make it all work for you guys this week. We're working on a million things behind the scenes, but again, none of this stuff is ever possible without this community. Yesterday, you guys showed exactly what we didn't even say anything, and you guys just jumped into action. So we thank you guys so much for everything.
Dave just came on to say he shouldn't have put his rant up, but we kept it up.
I wasn't wrong.
No, you weren't.
Okay, like at the end of
Absolutely
the
not.
day, somebody that steals from my wife is a scumbag. I mean, like, I don't have a problem saying that. It's just I should have thought it through a little bit more before I posted it, and not realizing that it would go out as far as it did, and the amount of DMs that I got. And it just showed us all that you guys really cared, and we appreciated that. And that's why I felt like I needed to address it, because one of the first questions yesterday was, so what happened with the gimbal? And it was like, this is going to go on all night, so I may as well just address this and get it over with, that it was my fault. Andy, the short version is when you're a live streamer, and I can actually demonstrate it with this. Like, if Jen had put this down, it would have had the phone as you see it right now. It would have had the phone in it. It would have had the piece. It would have had her other phone. These pieces haven't come in yet. And it would have had batteries and everything hooked up to it. Jen had broken everything down at the cash register while they were wrapping all of the merch at Character Warehouse. And as she put it together, she put it in her backpack and did everything. And what we believe happened, because again, there's no way to know, because we didn't know until yesterday that it was missing, is everybody bumps into you in the store. So Jen's got her packages in her hand, and they're big packages. And someone probably bumped into her. The gimbal, this part right here, typically sticks out the top of the backpack, because this is sitting like this, and it's about 2 feet tall, maybe a little shorter, about 21 inches. And somebody probably bumped her. And when they did, they either finagled it out of her backpack or opened it, bumped her again, and pulled it right out. So that's how it had to happen, because everything else was in the backpack, including the iPhone 14.
The iPhone I actually had put in my pot. I actually had put that where I knew where it was, because I didn't want anything to happen.
But that's
'cause I
how
didn't
we
have the case
know
yet.
that everything was broken down. Nothing was attached to the gimbal. That's a routine. You take your stuff apart, you put your gimbal away, you button everything up, grab your
I'm
packages, and walk out.
re-routining for Character Warehouse.
So we're going to be a little bit different as to how it works
Especially
from here on out. And obviously, I will not miss a Character Warehouse stream. I will not be anywhere she's doing this. So I can't believe that happened. But again, like I said, shouldn't have gone off the way that I did. But yesterday I had to kind of back it up and just say, hey, and then you guys all, you made it so that here's the new gimbal. I mean, you guys are amazing. The other parts to it will be here tomorrow. She'll have a fully functional gimbal by the time we go to Epcot. So it's unbelievable. You guys are an amazing community. We appreciate you guys. Jordan, any travel tips, tricks, Disney things you want to share with anybody prior to us saying so long, farewell?
Well, when you go on a Disney cruise, I only say two things: have fun and no pants. It's only shorts. Shorts or bathing suits. There's no pants.
Oh,
allowed.
I was going to say, yo, dude, I was with you. You had pants on.
But another thing as well, too, I just dropped in the chat, actually, Shoveling Jet, I had mentioned something about Nova Scotia. with Oak Island, but Adventures by Disney is actually going to be doing trips to Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, as well as Newfoundland. So that just dropped. That just dropped today.
Yep, I just saw all the announcements. I was looking at Alaskan cruises last night, so there's a lot of really cool things coming, and you're going to keep us. You're going to be our, Disney cruise guy, and let us know week after week what's going on, and we're going to kind of take it, as it comes and see what happens. But what?
Nothing.
Well, you took a big breath, like you were about to just bellow it out.
And actually, just one thing. Sorry, Dave. Just one thing. If you do want to do a Disney cruise that goes to Alaska, the Disney Wonder is currently doing that itinerary right now, and it does that from this month up until September. So, if you want to do an Alaskan cruise on the Disney Wonder, reach out to Dave and Jen, and they can get you some pricing and get that booked.
Absolutely, and yes, for Jill, what you were just saying, yes, this is weekly. We're going to be doing this every week, every Saturday night. You guys can come in. We can sit here and do travel talk, ask questions. Guys, if you have questions, don't feel afraid to ask. That's what this is here for. We want you guys to say, what's up with this? What's up with that? How do we do this? How do we do that? We don't know the answer to everything. We will find out, though. And it may be that we revisit some things next week that came out of tonight. That's why it's also about going ahead and making sure that you send in your emails. If you have a lot of questions, especially something that's highly specific, let us know. We'll look it up. We'll put you up on the screen, sit there and say, hey, here's the answer to your question. Doing the Wonder in September, you all should join, LOL. If I could figure out how to pull off yet another cruise without my wife killing me.
That's the Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's cold. I only go where there's sand. I can get in the water. Looks a lot like my background.
Candace told me she's going on that cruise. Yeah.
That's cold. That's cold.
It's cold.
Can't do that. My body's not built for that. Even though it looks it, it's still not built for it. But until next week on this channel, we will see you guys next Saturday right here. Maybe something coming up during the week on this channel. Keep your notifications on. For all the new people who joined us, because there's a ton of you in here, please make sure you're hitting that subscribe. You're hitting the like button. You're following us on all the different social media accounts. We'll have a new link tree up this week so that everybody can go to one place and find all of the things that we do. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for the community. Just because this is a different channel doesn't mean it's not FPE. It is FPE. You guys are FPE through and through. And we appreciate you guys so much. So much. Oh, see, Erica, what you don't know is back in the day, before we had an ending, I used to sing. So you never know. They may make a resurgence on.
Mike, is that at your house? Are you going to smoke some meat for us? Because that's the only Vegas meat.
We were already invited, and Jen just threw my phone on the ground.
No, I didn't know what was going on.
Jen threw my phone on the ground. This is why I don't give her phones. Yeah, but until next week, everybody, we really appreciate everything. You'll see Jen over on FPE during the week. I'll be popping in doing what I normally do.
You'll see all of us tomorrow in Epcot.
I keep forgetting I'm going somewhere tomorrow. Jordan, you want to go see Casting Crowns? Come on.
You got to walk to America.
I'm already there.
Well, I can do that because the WestJet pilots didn't go on strike, so we're good.
There you go.
Hop a flight, and you could be here in like 2 hours. Anyway, until then, everybody, we appreciate everything, and we always say to have a magical night and to take care of everybody. We will see you soon.
I'm hungry.
Apparently, Jen's hungry. But before we go,
you got to do the other one, Dave.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.